What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Marvel's Wolverine. I know we haven't gotten Spider-Man yet, but that doesn't stop me from thinking slightly ahead. But this is timely. I want to discuss a little bit of the news that we've seen lately because I do think it's important, and it's that seemingly some bigger names or more and more people from the Spider-Man 2 team in Insomniac are moving over to Wolverine. And we've seen this actually over the last couple of weeks. So what it looks like here is, again, over the past few weeks, and ideally, or you would expect over the next month, as the game gets closer and closer to coming out, you would expect more and more people to kind of leave that Spider-Man team and to help develop Wolverine. So you got the Wolverine team, you got the Spider-Man 2 team, and you got the multiplayer team, right? Those three. Now, you imagine people kind of bounce back and forth, and that's what we're seeing. So is there going to be the same size team of Spider-Man once this game ends? And I think the answer is probably not. I think they lose quite a few people, maybe to do DLC for it, maybe to help with Wolverine. And then the Spider-Man team might actually be one of the smaller of those three studios in Insomniac. They actually might be the smallest of them until they start to really ramp up for, I would imagine this is going to happen, the third Spider-Man game in, 4, 5, 6 years, right? So that's one thing to kind of discuss. The second thing to discuss is, when could we get another reveal, or I guess a re-reveal almost at this point? You think of games that have been shown and then kind of disappear, and I let Insomniac kind of off easy because we know that they're doing so many different things, and they are active because, like, Spider-Man 2 is, a month away, so I don't put them in the same field as, like, when BioShock gets announced and then nothing happens for it, or Wonder Woman gets announced, nothing happens for it. However, Wolverine also got announced a long, long time ago, and we haven't seen anything. Now, there's reasons for that, but that doesn't stop it from being lumped in the same category. I think it's kind of fair. We saw it a while ago. We saw, obviously, extremely little, and then we've seen nothing. So when do we get it? So I posed this question on Twitter, and I probably didn't word it right because I think people may have thought I meant, when does it release? So what I want to talk about here, and what I definitely even want to hear from you guys in the comments, when do you think we literally see it again? When do you think they re-reveal the game? And I think, honestly, it could be as soon as this year. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like it does make a lot of sense to not talk about Wolverine almost at all until your first game, as a studio, 3 different teams, until the first game comes out. Then you focus on the one that comes out next, right? Just kind of priority of what comes out first versus what doesn't come out first. And so because of that, you got Spider-Man that comes out. Now, I think it's very possible, if not like 100%, it's going to happen. Based off even what we've heard of Tony Todd and all of them, I think we are going to get DLC, probably as like a bigger package, like an Icky Island thing for Ghost of Tsushima. So I think that happens. I think that happens in 2024. But I don't think that stops you from talking about Wolverine. I think when Spider-Man 2 releases in October, you let it breathe, for sure. And I think that's why you don't get anything for Wolverine until at the earliest, the Game Awards. I think that even might still be too soon, but that's definitely, in my opinion, that's the first possibility, that we would see it at the Game Awards, make a big bang. That would be Sony's kind of big thing for the event. I think that makes sense. Does it have to be there? No. But I also think, even though you would still probably have Spider-Man DLC coming, I don't think that stops you from talking about Wolverine. So I could see Spider-Man 2 releasing next month, right? And then after that, it really being a 50-50 kind of thing where Insomniac just goes kind of crazy. You're seeing stuff on the DLC eventually. You're seeing stuff on Wolverine. It all does, though, I will throw this out, it does depend on when Wolverine comes out. That could be obvious, but, you think about it where if Wolverine releases next fall, then you would expect actually quite a quick turnaround. Maybe the Game Awards actually is much more likely, right, to show it. And then next year, I guess we've seen how they handle God of War, Horizon, this game. They kind of wait till the last minute, and then they do show quite a bit, but they wait till the last minute. So I guess that's not for sure. I guess you would maybe show Wolverine, show that it still exists for those that have forgotten about it, maybe go dark for the first half of next year, and then next summer, basically repeat what you just did for Spider-Man, only you do it for Wolverine. That's what I could imagine happening if Wolverine comes out next fall. If Wolverine comes out the following year, even if it's the first half, I think everything does kind of get pushed. There's no need to reveal it now, because then you can kind of almost think of everything in reverse. If Wolverine is still a year and a half away, then Spider-Man DLC actually then becomes more important. So you take a little break after Spider-Man 2 comes out, you start talking about the DLC, that comes out, then you start doing Wolverine. So those are kind of, to me, those are the two options, and it solely depends on when Wolverine comes out. I mean, it was said to be a 2024 game. That was a while, though, and obviously a lot of things can happen. Every game pretty much on planet Earth gets delayed nowadays, so where we're at, the game probably doesn't. I mean, I'm honestly not even expecting it next year, just so I don't get, like, my heart broken for when they say, yeah, we need a little more time. Plus, you can maybe, if you want to argue maybe more pessimistically, if they're trying to get all these people from the Spider-Man team to help the Wolverine team out, I guess you could look at it both ways. The positive way is all hands on deck. Let's get Wolverine done, right? They're already doing well, but if we can take the extra manpower from the Spider-Man team, move it to the Wolverine team, even for like 6 to 8 months, let's do that. Let's get Wolverine out next year, and then we'll move those people back and they'll start working on Spider-Man 3. That's the positive way. The negative way would just be, I guess, putting a negative spin on it where it's maybe running behind and you need the extra help to kind of catch it back up. And the game won't be ready for a little while. And then when the game is ready, then again, you still move everybody back. I mean, no matter what happens, I think it's temporary. I think the people that are moving to help with Wolverine move back to Spider-Man eventually. It just, again, depends on when Wolverine releases. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Sorry to jump the gun. We've talked about Spider-Man quite a bit, and I'll continue to, but I wanted to throw Wolverine in the arena for right now just to kind of discuss that. So let me know what you think. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.